Right.
So.
All right, well, we're getting back into the draft for game 2 here. Let's take a look. We have Cassiopeia Morgana coming out from Vodortron and Rumble as the first ban from League of Legends. League of Legends, League of Dawgs. Not surprising. Also the Renekton ban and the Thresh ban coming out as well, because the Thresh main, he was amazing last game.
He was spectacular on that Thresh lane at least. Actually, the whole game he was really good.
It's interesting that they're banning Morgana over Thresh. And there's the Thresh hover. There it is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Thresh was the one thing that was kind of going for them last game, too. Was like he got the Kai'Sa head, so. I guess League of Dawgs is fine with their bans.
Yeah. Graves this time. Oh, it's because they think Graves was the problem. I don't think Graves was the problem that game.
Yeah, no. Graves was... Like their comp was, I was actually going to mention this, is that like last game, their comp was really good against Graves. It's really hard for Graves to get in on that comp and do damage with wind wall and stuff. So they had a pretty good comp against Graves. They just played the early game so badly it didn't matter.
Varus first pick.
Yeah.
Do you think they go for a Tom Kench here with the Varus?
Probably.
Yeah, or Braum.
Right.
It depends entirely on what League of Dawgs picks here. Now into Varus, Ezreal is a pretty good counter, but Gabbyz might want something a harder carry. I've seen him play Ezreal, but
he has to play Yasuo.
Ezreal's generally the pick here, and they're picking Yasuo. Okay, so they haven't learned from their mistakes.
Yeah, they're
just gonna blind pick Yasuo and hope for the best.
Hope for the best, and if they don't, Trundle Yasuo.
If I see Gragas come out here, I'm not gonna be happy at all.
It's Trundle Yasuo.
Trundle, okay. Well, the Graves is banned, so now we could see something like Elise come out potentially.
MaGeRdAnGeR would play some Elise. Darius, wow.
They're early picking Darius. So
Darius and Kindred.
Kindred too, yeah, I forgot about her. Okay, well now they ban TK because they haven't picked it yet. And then what did they pick here? Probably take the Ezreal before it's banned, right? Would be my guess.
What do you think, Darren?
Oh man, I don't know what I'm talking about here, man. We got.
Oh, they went Riven. Riven and Darius.
Okay, take it away. Take it away, Mason.
This draft. So
the first game draft was so good too, and now we're picking Riven on R3.
It looks like the game just got really fiested off of this draft. They have solo queue champion Yasuo, solo queue champion Riven, solo queue champion Darius, solo queue champion Kindred. So basically, they're just trying to see who has more skill, better mechanics. Top lane is going to be a skill matchup for sure. Riven, every single Riven lane, in my opinion, is a skill matchup. It'll depend on how good the Riven is. It'll depend on how good the Darius can punish Riven when she doesn't have her cooldowns. But this game is going to be, I think it's going to be very snowbally, super action-packed. We're not going to see it's going to be a fiesta. I don't see it being a slow scaling, drawn out game where both teams are fighting for objectives and vision. It's going to be more of like who gets picked first, who shows up to the fight late, and who plays better, who outplays the other.
And
a lot more interesting.
Open. So I don't see a world where they wouldn't take Ezreal here.
They need AP from bot lane. They need AP from bot lane 100%. They have a Riven and a Yasuo and a Trundle, so they probably need to go an Ezreal or like a Mage bottom or a heavy AP support.
I mean, you can just take Ezreal Yuumi.
Alistar.
Your comp looks fine.
Wow, they went Alistar here. Alistar's really good into Kindred.
I mean, sure, but you know what else is good against Kindred? You just poke her down, so her ult doesn't matter. Like
Varus or something like that.
Ezreal, yeah. Like I don't, because I've seen Gabbyz play Ezreal. Like it's not like he doesn't play it. So like I was gonna say they should have banned TK and Braum because Braum comes in here for free now, and Braum is good against all these champions. Anything that wants to come into you, Braum is good against. He can tag you and you die instantly. The Galio comes in again.
Everybody helps him.
Rodolph's feeling pretty good about that.
Now Galio actually works with Kindred pretty well, just because if Kindred is ever caught out, she can R, and then Galio's coming in, and they're all gonna stack on top of the ult. So
I want to see. I want to see Gabbyz pick a mage bottom. That's what I want to see.
Well, they banned out the Talia and the Cassio. So I don't know how many more mages he plays, but
Zoe. Oh my goodness! I was looking at his GG, and he does have a Zoe bottom. They might just go Zoe bottom.
Is it Yasuo?
Zoe. No.
Yeah,
I don't think so. No, Bladest doesn't play Zoe, right?
It could be Yasuo Alistar. That's a lane. Like
Yeah, it is a lane, but I think that they would rather have they'd rather have Gabbyz playing Zoe than Yasuo.
So they last pick Zoe into Braum, who's good against Zoe. And they're sending the Zoe bot lane against the Braum, which is good against Zoe. You know what goes with Zoe really well? You know what's the patented combo? Is Zoe Alistar. That's the combo, okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's the combo. The knock up into the bubble. It's a free kill apparently.
Even if they send the Yasuo bot, it's still bad because they have Braum. Like they have Braum.
Braum is so good into Yasuo. Yeah, he just tags him and they beat him.
Okay, voted on 2-0s, I guess. Like
yeah.
I don't know. They decided their game 1 draft wasn't good enough. It was not their play, it was their draft, apparently.
And the Talia bans were insane. Talia ban was really good there because they need AP, so
unless Vodortron actually like has brain lag and runs it down, then there's no way they lose this game. Like there's just no way. Like
these drafts to me, I mean, League of Dawgs is very confusing to me again, and not as a draft specialist by any means. But I don't know what this team is looking to do. What is this team looking to do? Are they looking to get picks and that's how they win the game here?
League of Dawgs? Yeah, basically is what they can do. They can try to get picks before the Galio gets there. If the Braum is there and the Galio is there, you're not going to be able to kill anything because Braum is so broken. Straight up, he's just so broken, period. He's getting to like all of their champs. He can tag the Riven, he can tag the Yasuo with his passive, and you can lock them down. He's such a good defensive champion.
The Trundle does have a couple good options for his ult. I don't know how that's going to play in, right? He should be able to shred the Galio, the Braum, or the Darius.
Yeah. Probably the Galio, the Darius, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. But it'll depend on what happens in the early game. I think if the Riven doesn't fight level 1, she can actually win this matchup. Level 6, so, Riven wins hard.
What confuses me is they picked Yasuo in game 1 because they like Yasuo. And they countered with Galio. And then they didn't ban Galio in the second ban phase. And so Tom's like, Rodov is like, all right, I'll play this matchup again. So I don't understand the draft at all. Like it's another comp that goes in, and they didn't ban the Lulu, but they got Braum, who's also good. Like the first game was like a lot more kind of like ranged engaged, where like they can Gragasar with Kaisa coming in. But this game is more melee engaged. So Braum actually is really good against melee engaged.
Better.
Because he can tag anyone he wants. So the Braum instantly nullifies like four to five of their champions.
Yeah.
And the Galio instantly nullifies basically their entire team.
Invalidates.
The Darius is just going to clean up fights. The Kindred's going to soften them up. The Varus, I'm assuming, is on hit, and he's going to soften them up too.
Kindred's really good into Yasuo.
The win condition for League of Dawgs is what?
Hopefully Gabbyz gets fed. Hopefully Gabbyz gets fed and you can pick people with bubbles. Like that's
is it like I still don't know, like they obviously could like swap and maybe Gabbyz is on Yasuo, but if Gabbyz is on Zoe, like that's not a 1v9 champ. So I don't know.
That's a good point.
This draft does not look good.
Yeah, I mean, Vodortron obviously knows what's up, right? I mean, you look at their bans: Cassiopeia, Morgana, Thresh, Kaisa, Talia. They targeted the bot lane completely. And they're like, hey, I can. Rodolph is probably like, hey, if he picks Yasuo again, bring it on. I'm going to pick the Galio. And honestly, no one else really performed at any kind of level other than that bot lane. So that's what they did. And we'll see this Zoe. I'm excited to see the Zoe. I've never seen a Zoe in a bot lane before. Who knows, man? Maybe he's going to pop
Is it confirmed it's going bot lane?
Sorry, no, it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed yet.
Okay.
I'm like 80% sure it's Zoe bottom. I saw it played one time by G2, like half a year ago, but it was because they didn't like the matchup bid, and they have perks.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm trying to figure out a way in for League of Dawgs, and it's.
Oh, so it's confirmed. Zoe is bottom. Zoe is bottom.
So their only win condition,
Alistar,
because of the Braum pick, is Zoe just one-shots people while Braum's not there to block the Q, I guess. Like, that's their win condition. And if they ever get engaged on, they instantly lose. If they ever engage, they instantly lose. So their literally only win condition is poke them with Zoe and hope to God that that's enough. Like,
yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out another
Riven
way.
and Yasuo, as soon as they're in, they can't really get out safely.
There is potential for Alistar to CC the Kindred long enough that she dies instantly, even through the Galio ult, because there's not a lot of magic damage. So the Galio shield isn't going to do a whole lot.
But there's a Braum shield.
Yeah.
And
so basically, if Braum disconnects, they can win.
Yeah. So if he plays with his monitor off, it's one of the two.
Yeah, it's one of the two. Maybe there's maybe Aldrei plays Braum and Abu decides he's gonna pick up Varus for this game. Like maybe that's the way in, but
yeah. So things are not looking good for League of Dawgs,
really
according to the Red Bull analyst desk. I also think that Vodortron has it here. I mean, I just don't know what this team is. Maybe that's my lack of knowledge, but it's a little bit confusing. I would really like to see. Let's look at the top lane for a second. We're just a couple minutes out from the start of the game here. Do you think that Laird can pop off on Riven this game against that Darius? They didn't ban the Darius.
Okay, so if he doesn't fight him level 1, that's a win condition for them to succeed. But Riven you should look at Riven when Riven hits level 6. That's a big kill. There's a lot of kill pressure Riven has at level 6. Darius doesn't have a outplay potential when it comes to that, so I'll be watching for that. Late game, Riven's gonna be able to kill Diznbag because Riven has a lot of CDR late game, and he can kite her in the side lane at least because Diznbag will chase no matter what because he has Ghost on Darius.
Do you think that League of Dawgs leaves their bot lane to try to just win that lane and just pour resources into mid and top? And by resources, I mean the jungler. It's Snarfles. Why don't you take that?
The issue here is that I'm not 100% sure how the top lane matchup plays out. Jungle matchup is hard favored for Kindred. Mid lane matchup, from what I've seen and from what I understand, is it's not favored, but it's like Yasuo can't do anything to him. So
neutralized, yeah.
And then the bot lane matchup, I mean, it's Zoe Alistar against Braum Varus. So the Alistar goes in and gets CC'd immediately. The Zoe tries to Q and gets Braum shielded because Braum doesn't have to waste shield on anything else in this lane. Yeah. So I don't know what lane does Trundle play around? And Trundle can't power farm because he's Trundle. He doesn't clear camps as fast as anyone, basically. So, yeah. If Zoe was mid, then maybe you can do something mid, but yeah.
All right. Well, we will see what happens. Going to be having a close look at that bot lane to see what the Zoe and the Alistar can do to carry League of Dawgs to a potential victory and take this to Game 3. We're going to pass it over to Wes and Johnny to take us into the game.
Okay. All right. So fun. I got story time before this game starts here.
Story time. I can't wait. Story time with Johnny Esports.
Captain Snarfles was saying before the game, after last week's draft and how insanely dumb that draft was, he was screaming at his screen and was like he had to come onto the cast to guest, and that's part of what got him to come here to guest.
Yeah,
was because he had to do it. We just switched roles because while I was mic muted and watching this draft, I was screaming at my screen and going, "What are they doing? What is League of Dawgs up to? It is spicy, it is crazy, but it makes zero sense."
What more perfect draft? So Captain Snarfles sees the stream and he says, "Okay, this draft was so bad. I need to go on this. I need to go on because if that happens again, I need to flame some people for their bad drafting." And then this draft happens.
Here's the conspiracy. They just want to see Captain Snarfles permanently become an analyst. They don't want to see him play. So they're like, hey, if we keep drafting crazy stuff, he'll have to just stay an analyst.
Maybe if they're like, okay, so we're going to we're going to run back the Yasuo. We're going to pick Zoe bot. Maybe Snarfles will be so tilted that he's going to be weak in the next time we play him, and we're not going to have to worry about XYZ anymore.
Yeah, they got it so right because they were like, their draft was good. Their draft was 100% good in game 1, and they could have done the salty run back, and I would have been cool with it. Maybe, maybe ban Lulu or whatever different. Thresh probably would have got banned away, whatever. But still, you could have done mostly the same draft. And we would like take good, not die level 1 before the 2-minute mark. Lots of things, but
so anyway, we do see a winning matchup again in the top lane. You know, in theory for Laird, the Riven can win this as long as, once again, you know, and we see the teleport difference again. So Diznbag has gone with the Ghost, which is what got him the kill in level 1 before. So, you know, Laird knows now, and maybe they're saying, okay, we know what we did wrong.
We can just win.
We got to figure this out. You know, we can figure this out.
Yeah, they are going for the win lane win game. Meanwhile, by the way, Bladest does take the Yasuo, but does go bot lane with it. So, as much as we were like, confirmed bot Zoe, but they just...
I saw Gabbyz on Zoe, and I didn't even look at that.
The player just So, oh, here we go. MaGeRdAnGeR is bringing the gang of 2 bot. Knock-up is going to come through from Thresh main as he tries to slow this down. They're going to lay down a good amount of damage, though. The stun does come through, forcing him to flash, and that will be Thresh main's flash gone. And, you know, half-decent gank for that.
Yeah, and actually, Abu had to use exhaust and flash as well there, so that's definitely something good. And here's Laird. You can see the power of level 2 already. Riven. We said just don't fight at level 1, but here's Diznbag coming in for the damage. Oh
boy, they're trying to make this one happen. They're forcing the flash out of Laird. Flash now coming back for Diznbag. Another first blood for this Darius. He is a god.
Diznbag, you are insane. Well, okay, so here's the tower dive. We'll talk about that later. What's going on here?
Yeah, they're coming on to over here. They're seeing MaGeRdAnGeR can pick up another dive onto this bot lane, but looks like he's just forced off. Gabbyz hasn't made his way over towards bot. Meanwhile, Diznbag is now dealing with Laird teleporting back in, wanting to trade that kill back. One more auto attack will do it. He will get it. Laird will trade back that kill, but you know what? It was still first blood to the other side. So
yeah, so still gonna see the snowballing Darius, though. Laird is able to like, that's about as much of a salty run back as I can imagine. Runs back from this teleported minion to get that kill, and definitely a little bit of an overstay there by Diznbag as those home guards. He was definitely not gonna.
Unfortunately, messed up the combo.
Yeah, Thresh main not hitting the combo. Not an Alistar main, apparently. Although we have seen him play it and actually has done quite well.
Yeah, we meme a lot. And mostly you bring on the kind of meme when you
exactly. You got
main, play anything else, everyone just like, oh, you're just going to be trash. But like,
Thresh main will be ready for this.
He's good at League of Legends.
Absolutely.
So, but, however, did miss the combo there.
One combo.
So while it wouldn't, doubtful it was doubtful it would be a kill or anything. It was some damage trading that they didn't get the win on. Get that. So those are small things, and when the competition's close. Meanwhile, Gabbyz is getting some good damage onto Vodor right now. So we'll kind of have to see how this kid keeps going. You are trying to win lane win game. You have now evened up the gold as you've taken back the kill, and you are experiencing some CS lead over there in the top lane. So you're pretty happy about that. But we'll continue tracking it, because like I was trying to say earlier, that like the only out right now really, because at an even state you probably just lose this game if you're League of Dogs. You are just trying to smash lane. So here comes Thresh main, does succeed in the combo that time, but not being able to quite follow it yet. It'll be more scary when Bladest hits level 6, of course, but you know, bot lane experience, it's gonna take a little bit longer than normal.
Yeah. You know, the desk talked about the Yasuo into Braum, which definitely Braum can get some advantage here, as we do see it engage here. Ooh, Mage
they're fighting on right now. Thresh is trying to join the fight, but Fsabe right now is just munching down on MaGeRdAnGeR. Takes him out. Will be a kill for the jungler. And hey, you keep getting those kills. There, this is the pace of game you want to play right now. Vodortron would love to just like settle the game down and then just get to 15-20 minutes at this exact state. They'd be happy, but they're putting on the pressure. Here comes League of Dogs trying to jump on top of Vu222 right now. He is taking a bunch of damage now. The stun is almost available, but he will be chunked away. Nice trade for this bot lane on the red side.
Yeah, you know,
does break loose over on the top. A redemption does come down. That Zoe free redemption. I hate that champion. Oh my god.
Oh, great. Just redemption at level 4. Okay, cool. Anyway, you know, the Yasuo Braum, or the Yasuo into Braum, definitely you can see that League of Dogs somehow trying to make this work, and definitely could be doing that already. You see double the CS in the jungle over there for Fsabe with that aggressive pathing, really nicely done to take out that Kindred. But also, something I like about what League of Dogs has done is, you know, more than play into, you know, champion counter picks, what they've done is taken who they know is their best player, Gabbyz, and put them against the big mechanical problem on Vodortron, which is Rodov, of course. So, you know, that matchup in terms of, you know, just like skill of player makes a lot of sense, and that's why I like this lane swap. Not only that, Zoe and other champs like it where you know, poke mages like that, long range mages are strong into something like Galio. Here's the 1v2.
Here's the gank coming in here. Kant is gonna make it so that does mitigate some of that damage. Will have to use Flash Steel to get away. A Bo222 has joined to potentially help Rodolph deal with that pressure that's being applied. But they're going to continue to put it on there. Him being in the mid lane does mean that Bladest and Threshman can continue pushing the bottom lane here, get some priority there. They could potentially look at Dragon, while Rodolph is just trying to deal with Gabbyz over here. And yeah, it is tough. He's doing such a great job of keeping his CS up while dealing with this range pokey champion. So that's obviously like the big danger, is that like because of the skill level of Rodolph, he might still be able to just deal with what should be a losing matchup for him. And right now he's 7 CS behind what should be a losing matchup, but they do get the dragon here, so that is a nice boon right now for League of Dawgs. They get that one basically for free.
Yeah, Rodolph doing a nice job, and it's a little more difficult than some other characters for Galio to control the wave, as that auto attack passive does clear minions in a way that, you know, other champions don't, and in a way that's less controlled. So impressive to see that CS lead coming in for Rodolph there against Gabbyz. And as we said before, so Bladest doesn't play Zoe. At least he hasn't played Zoe in his last, you know, quite a while in solo queue. But of course, Gabbyz does have a Zoe game or two, and so
yeah,
I like this, just like this adaptation here from League of Dawgs. You know, we still are confused about the draft and what it's supposed to do, but they do have the early kill lead right now, not a gold lead, of course, but because of those CS differences there. But they do have a gold lead, and here's the fight. We'll see.
A bit of fight. Bladest is now 6, who does jump in with that ultimate, gonna get on top of him. About 222 is about to go down, and he will be taken out by Bladest. Does pick up a kill for himself. Meanwhile, Gabbyz is fighting Rodolph over in the mid lane as well. See if anything happens there. Likely not, because MaGeRdAnGeR is there to help out their mid laner. Moving over to the top lane, we're seeing a little bit of trading happen over here. Flash comes through for Diznbag, but it will just be answered by Flash by Laird as well to continue this game.
Yeah, and our analysts expected the on-hit Varus build, and I expected it as well, but that is not the case.
Oh, yeah.
He has gone for the Arcane Comet lethality build on the Varus there, so we'll see if that pays off. I also definitely would have expected and preferred that on-hit Varus build, especially into a Yasuo with a wind wall who can block, you know, sort of the meaningful parts of your damage so easily.
Yeah, exactly. That is honestly a bit rough. And you expect that kind of adaptation. That's kind of what the advantage of playing Varus is. They're like, okay, I'm going to come in here and expect a poke, but if they play a bunch of bruises where it doesn't really matter if they, my poke won't
the
really
strength
matter.
of the pick.
Then you could switch it over to the on-hit build, which does have a very good effect against that kind of team comp. But doesn't do it in this one, but that's okay. Nice damage being put on by Gabbyz right now over here in the mid lane. But a little bit of goon squad here for MaGeRdAnGeR and Diznbag. They're trying to jump onto Fsabe, but he's kind of snuffing this one out. Gabbyz is here to join them. Rodolph's going to jump in with his ult to help out the rest of his team. Gabbyz is going down pretty low, but is still able to poke from a decent amount of range. Laird, meanwhile, goes down real low. Flash comes through for MaGeRdAnGeR, trying to take out this Gabbyz character. Ult's over the wall, but you know, you got to come back with that ultimate, so it does get taken out, but it does end up being another kill as well for Diznbag, so it will be a 2-4-0 for Vodortron.
Yeah, a little bit of a Rorschach moment there. They weren't trapped in there with him. He was trapped in there with them, or whichever direction you want to use that saying. But yeah, really nice play there by Vodortron to collapse on that. Of course, that's once again the strength of Galio, and no Lulu there, as the analysts really astutely mentioned last time, to sort of maintain that fight. But they were close enough where he didn't have to walk into range. He already was in range, was Rodolph there, to use that ult. Meanwhile, we do see the reaction to that. This is the League of Dawgs bot lane, able to get a few plates off of this. Looks like they will be able to get yet one more, which is really nice to see. You see the Berserker's Greaves already. Oh no, they won't quite get this, as Diznbag has swapped over with Abu. And the Varus is going to go up solo to the top lane for now. Abu has been roaming nicely, as we have known him to do, so we'll hopefully see him head up there as well, maybe to take control of that first Rift Herald.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where this game continues going. Meanwhile, Rodolph is trying to jump on top of Gabbyz here. Gabbyz just wants to back off, but now a fight breaking out in the bot lane. Diznbag is going to be taken up by a ultimate. He's going to be wombo comboed. He's going to be taken out because he's being abandoned by a Bo222, because there's not much you can do with that. That's just a good combo.
Abu heard me, is like, yep, sounds good, I'm going to roam. I'm out of this lane. While Diznbag is collapsed on by 3. Here's the engage, though, actually, Gabbyz.
Oh, yeah, Gabbyz getting ignited over here by Rodov. One more will do it. He will be taken down. Fsabe is going to use that pillar to try to get another turret hit on him to see if that kills him, but it will not. And they're going to use this Rift Herald to continue taking out this tower, get some plates off of it too, which is nice for them. And that'll be a ton of gold kind of going over, re-establishing a gold lead right now for Vodortron, the team that, again, would be happy if this game stayed even for most of it. But they are doing work over towards the bot lane. They'll get this tower. They'll basically even up that gold all over again. And, yeah, it's just a bit of a give and take going on right now in this game.
Yeah, before that Rift Herald hit, it was actually dead exactly even.
Ooh,
we do have Aldrei ulting in here. Ooh, Laird going
awkward.
Yep.
A little bit of an I 100% kind of assume like, okay, you're gonna ult and get out of that situation, but then you kind of stayed. But again, you're the lethality Varus, so like you kind of not great. Fight going on over here. Diznbag is gonna go down low. He's ignited. He's being jumped on top of by Bladest. Uses ultimate to get that down. About to is gonna be the next target here as he tries to run away. But MaGeRdAnGeR is here to join, and ultimate is available for that Kindred if they need it. If the dive does happen, but right now they don't even need that dive to happen. They're just gonna jump up and get that kill. Here is Gabbyz now, however, gonna jump on there. There finally comes the ultimate to save themselves for as long as they can, and Vodor is gonna jump in here to pick up a shutdown on top of Bladest. Gonna continue the fight now on top of Fsabe. Gonna go golden to stay alive here. See if MaGeRdAnGeR is gonna be able to put on some damage to follow up. Well, at least do enough to poke a little bit here. Rodov barely escaping with his life. Still gonna survive here. Let's see if Gabby's gonna jump on there. Gonna try to use a little bit of utility to get in there. That free item, trying to get that to pick them off. They're so low. You see that many people low when you're someone like Gabbyz. You really wish you could get there, but the tower in the way, they'll just take the tower instead.
Oh man, our analysts predicted a fiesta, and we have a fiesta brewing here as Aldrei is gonna get. Oh, he gets engaged on, but no ultimate available there. But yeah, Diznbag starts that fight off by walking way too close to the turret. Absolutely no sign anywhere of the Alistar on the map, and still Diznbag not with the wherewithal to imagine Thresh main might be waiting in the bush there. But that starts this chain reaction where eventually Rodov is able to arrive and kind of turn the tides and just barely not go down, where you saw Gabbyz actually apply so much damage over the course of that fight. And if Rodov wasn't, Galio, then it would have gone down, because that was, that was really nice placement with the bubbles and the skill shots there from the Zoe. We do see 2 dragons already going towards League of Dawgs, so this is another strength for them in this case, where the Trundle, even though, as we said, Kindred is somewhat of a counter pick to that matchup, Trundle still managing to maintain some control over the map here and secure those objectives. And much closer game than it was at this point last time. And a little bit of a lead still held for League of Dawgs, even with this really odd team composition. One might even say janky team composition.
Yeah, they gotta have it, but like I said, there's a bit of a ticking time clock on this game for them. They need to be ahead. They're ahead by 500 goals. They need to be ahead by quite a bit more if they really want to have a realistic shot at winning this game. But they're doing well. Like, don't get me wrong. They're doing decently, but they're held back by their draft, so they got to be doing even better than that. So the game is theoretically even. They have a more towers. They have more dragons. Like, they have all these things in their favor. But again, there's just this clock that goes. Eventually, your team won't be able to do anything. But see if they can play around power spikes correctly and maybe show us that they actually know how to play this comp.
Yeah, here's a level down Diznbag going in for this fight, and we'll see if this goes into anything there. Oh, here's the flash.
Ultimate comes down. It's going to be there left with a quarter of his life. Fsabe, though, meanwhile, is right here. Going to throw down that pillar, try to slow him down. Diznbag is going to be smited now, too, as well. He's down to half-life. Laird is almost rejoined, but Diznbag is still running away. You do see that Gabbyz was around, but not quite close enough to affect that, so he does get away. While 3 members were there, they do see Rodov and Abu222 is just pushing mid, as well as in the top lane. They're being pushed down too, as well as the basically 2 AD carries are pushing in the top lane. So made him waste a lot of time. But here comes the wombo combo. Bladest is now on top of Rodolph. He's going to get that. He's going to go put the sleep before the taunt comes out. He gets shut down as they have all made their way towards their mid lane. So good job for them to get their butt over here and protect this mid tower. They do lose the top one, but at least they pick up a kill onto Rodolph in the meantime.
Yeah, you heard a little bit of a honk in my background. Sorry about that. Honk, honk. Alistar coming through. Thresh main steals the kill away with that flash in. Nice engage, though, there by League of Dawgs, and they do manage to get the shutdown there on Rodolph. So, yeah, now it looks like they are going to use that to just sort of reset and give away this Rift Herald, which I kind of find interesting. They are a man down, and I'm not sure they had to give that away, but some, farming being prioritized in this situation. They already have secured themselves that first tower in the bot lane. So here's the engage, though, on Diznbag.
Diznbag trying to absorb more pressure here. Let's see if we get it out of this one. Does not have summoner spells available, however, this time. But here comes Rodolph a little bit late to kind of come here and join it here. Now he's going to try to get that taunt up. We'll get it onto Laird. He's trying to complete the 2v1, but now has to start running away. Members of League of Dawgs are approaching from the top side. Some help is coming for Rodolph
in the
form of MaGeRdAnGeR, and he's here now to take on Fsabe. That pillar is going to slow them down for now, but here's the rest of League of Dawgs here as well. Thresh main pushing on tons of pressure here. Yasuo is close, but not close enough to do an ultimate. Big damage coming through from Gabbyz to force MaGeRdAnGeR to back off a little bit here, but Rodolph will continue the engage. Looking top of Thresh main, he will get the knock up, but he will be knocked away. A Bo 222 is right here to potentially use that ultimate to get a big fight going on. But right now, being relatively, actually, the ultimate is not ready. I take that back. But the fight still happens anyway. Bladest is trying to get on top there. Rodolph's going to flash in and try to make some plays. He's now trying to get out from the backside while the rest of the team continues on to this fight. Ultimate comes through from MaGeRdAnGeR, trying to save someone, but Gabbyz will pick up that kill on Vodor as the rest of them are trying to run away. They're so low. Laird picks up the double kill and will go for the triple as he's going to be able to find Aldrei in this bush. And this is the exact fight they wanted. This is what they want to take. Gabbyz picks up another kill, and now they have the significant lead they were looking for.
Now you get to overextend. Now you get to overextend. Now the overextension comes from you.
I joke
and just back and forth there with the swinging pendulum of overextension, and in the end it was Vodortron who basically didn't have enough power at this stage in the game. Too powerful was the Riven and the Zoe in terms of applying sustained damage over the course of a fight. And yeah, Rodolph just trying to, he's trying to get this game back to a state where Vodortron are ahead, because he realizes that, slow advantages are being gained here by League of Dawgs. Perhaps that's what, caused him to initiate that in the end there, which was, it was just a bridge too far there. But we do see another engagement down the
yeah, Vodortron trying to get on top of Thresh main here. Diznbag will pick up the kill with his ultimate. Continuing on until Fsabe has all the stacks over on top of him. See how much damage he's able to put on. Flash does come through as he's going to use that to escape. Laird, meanwhile, has made his way back into this fight, and so is the rest of his team here available to help. No, MaGeRdAnGeR will pick up that kill, so they'll have to run away. So now they've traded it back, and they'll be able to get the dragon for the Airfits.
Yeah, not an advisable fight there to take. Should have just used, in my opinion, the Thresh main as a sacrificial, Minotaur in that situation to allow Fsabe to escape in that case. But League of Dawgs, having won a fight just previous, confident in their ability to win that. But Vodortron, well played there. You can't underestimate the power of this Galio in team fights. Just so much crowd control able to be applied. And definitely with the Umbro Glaive and another serrated Dirk now completed for Aldrei, applying a lot of damage. This is sort of a power spike for him, and you can see that right there. Huge damage down onto Gabbyz with that lethality build.
And that's the best target for you when you are Aldrei right now, is if you can poke down that champion, you're pretty happy about it. Meanwhile, the fight is breaking through, does get Aldrei dizzy here, rather drowsy. He's going to use his ultimate to try to break free from here as Bladest has approached as well. A Bo 222 is now looking on the engage as Vodor is right behind him, but Thresh main will use Alistar to disengage from here, but they're still on top of him. The stun is close. One more auto will do it, and he will not get it, so he will just be able to finally get away. Meanwhile, Turret was taken down by MaGeRdAnGeR, able to get that mid one while all that was happening in the distraction effort. So as much as League of Dawgs did a lot of work to get that kind of lead they needed, they're starting to lose it now as
Yeah, we do see Laird, though, pushing on the bot lane and not able to get a turret, but a good amount of free farm now going down onto that Riven, catching up to Diznbag here. And that teleport advantage definitely may come into play at this point in the game. Now, I would say this is about the point in the game where teleport becomes the overall stronger summoner spell, especially with someone like the Riven, who we've seen can at least, you know, potentially engage in a 1v1 against this Darius. Trinity Force completed here on Darius. Now, Riven has completed the Black Cleaver and is well on her way towards the Death Stance as well, which will be a big power spike for Laird up there. So already a 400 gold bounty and 5-2-1 on Laird, and waiting in the wings here for engage.
Yeah, looking for this 1v1 opportunity now. Gonna try to trade down his kill, gonna get that knock up. He's gonna continue the fight. Diznbag, though, excuse me, will just get away.
Yeah, still so powerful, and also has that stopwatch to avoid an ultimate if it might come through, an ultimate activation if it might come through from Laird, so not interested in taking that one. Once the Death Dance is completed, I'm imagining that Laird will fancy that fight a little bit more, but for now, scared of the Darius 1v1 potential. So here's the engage.
Thresh jumps in there, that wombo comes through. Bladest trying to make sure to get as much damage on people as possible, but he's going to only be able to maybe kill Aldrei, but nice ultimate from MaGeRdAnGeR is going to save that there, so here comes Rudolph to rejoin this fight, pick up the first kill of it, and then MaGeRdAnGeR will pick up the second kill, continue that onto Fsabe. Let's take them out. They're going to continue on to the damage. He just can't escape from here. There's too much crowd control, but MEL does finally get out, so they will enjoy a 2-for-0 and will start to work on this Baron.
The combination of that Galio plus Kindred ultimate is so devastating in a team fight. You just, you know, you've got this burst with the Yasuo ultimate and the Zoe putting all these bubbles out, and still just not enough damage to kill them fast enough, and Rodolph, once again, just able to make such a huge difference in that team fight, able to get so much crowd control, so much knockup going on, and the Baron now being started, but here's a catch onto Diznbag.
Might have this catch here, and did force him off the Baron, so overall win for that. He will take him down, and now they are able to actually pick up a kill over here. Flash coming through, trying to see if they can find a little pick there, as they're trying to get basically some exit frags in the situation over here, but they look like they are going to be able to escape. Oh, they're sticking around. MaGeRdAnGeR jumping over the wall on top of Fsabe. Here comes Utu trying to do something with them. Will be taken out by Fsabe, though. It was a trap all along. Bladest gets the knockup, gets the ultimate, takes down. No, gets taken down by Aldrei. That lethality build actually coming through big on there, and they will continue to pick up more kills. Threshman does take out Rodolph here, but here comes Laird taking on another one. Only one member left for you. You're going to get stunned up here. Laird, can you get on top of him? The tower hurts, though. He will be taken out, but yeah, Zoe doing Zoe things will clean up and get the ace. And here we go. This is roughly the strongest point that this team composition will be for them. So they're trying to take advantage of it now, and they get an ace out of it. However, they don't get any objectives out of it.
No, because it was such a ridiculous fight. There was just like so much low health bars, and it's like, okay, I can re-engage on this, even though I'm 20 HP, and that happened on both sides multiple times. And yeah, just like, it's so hard to break these fights down, because it's just like these snap decisions from teams where it's like, I think I can get this one, I think I can limit test this, you know. But yes, as you say, League of Dawgs does come out ahead once again in that kind of, you know, crazy fight. And now is Abu a little bit too extended here, does get drowsy.
Yep, and that's half your health on a relatively tanky member.
Yeah, Void Staff now completed on the Zoe there, so huge damage going down onto anybody who is hit by those bubbles.
Yeah, really right now, this is the greatest opportunity they're going to have to, if they can get a good pick here. Oh, nice hit onto Aldrei, basically making him irrelevant in this fight here for this dragon. But honestly, I think you just give it up, because it's such a low opportunity cost over here to just kind of give up the dragon and be like, hey, you have soul point, but don't want to risk like getting aced and then also basically inting the Baron over away for a dragon that is mostly meaningless if they don't get Dragon Soul.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Infernal Soul, though, we have to mention, and I you know, this is something we've talked about before, is that Infernal Soul can be something that does sort of shore up their, you know, lack of scaling, and that definitely is the case in this particular composition. Oh, Rodolph actually with the had the cleanse with the spellbook. So nice job there. Interesting choice with the spellbook. I've seen lots of people play Aftershock on Galio, but the spellbook definitely with a little bit more variety. Of course, that's the point of it. Here comes Gabbyz with the
trying to get that down there. Abutu just uses ultimate there, trying to get an engage on, but they are disengaging well, is the team of League of Dawgs. So this game is slightly on this nice edge that might start just straight up leaning towards Vodortron soon. Because right now, like you were seeing, like they can get all this poke, they get all this damage through, and like they just don't quite eliminate anyone. So they can just do that, reset, and just come back and be kind of fine in most of these fights from here on out. Like I said, this is roughly the strongest point that this team composition is going to be at, but you were hoping the enemy team would be at a weaker point while you were at this point, and that would help you win the game. So it is tough. Again, they do have 3 dragons, and honestly, the Infernal Soul is a pretty decent win condition for them, because that actually, as well as I often think that their Infernal Soul is one of the weakest ones, if you're the team that doesn't scale as well as the other team, it does kind of help answer that back a little bit. Because you can kind of get that damage all the way back into your favor. So there's certainly a win condition right now for this league, and they're just pretty fortunate that they're maybe getting the right Dragon Soul for it.
Yeah, definitely is going to help, in particular, some people like, Yasuo and Riven. Now, we were concerned a little bit about the scaling potentially of this lethality build coming out from Aldrei on the Varus, but is, made up for a little bit by the Kindred, who will scale, quite well. Also, Aldrei, actually nice fancy feat there, but not good enough. Thresh main coming in again. Honk, honk. Thresh main with the kill steal. With the kill secure, pardon me. As that Alistar coming through, really, really nicely done there.
Yeah, that's a huge one, because it does potentially open up you to do Baron, as you do see Diznbag is over towards the bot lane and does not have teleport. So you're happy with the Laird and Diznbag kind of fighting it out over there, while the rest of you kind of continue to do this Baron. They do trade some damage over here, and we'll see. This might be a very, very important fight for this game. Boo222 does try to use his ultimate, get something going here. MaGeRdAnGeR is trying to put on damage, but he's being taken up. Bladest now going to use that ultimate to get on top of them, but MaGeRdAnGeR trying to survive here for as long as possible. Where's the rest of your team? They're being taken out. Gabbyz going to take out Rodov. Meanwhile, they have to just kind of run away from Laird. So great use of this power spike right now, as they're going to be able to potentially secure this Baron.
Now, a rare mistake, as far as I can tell from Rodov there, had the ultimate available coming towards that fight, and then chose to save it and walk into the fight instead, which makes a certain amount of sense because of all the crowd control. Oh, here's another engage, actually.
Yeah, here's another fight. They're not going to let them have this Baron here for free. They're jumping on them. He's going to go golden to try to stay alive. They do secure the Baron, but will they get out with their lives? Rodov's going to be able to pick up 1 kill, to be followed by Diznbag as well. He's slapping, going to pick up another one. Here's one more target. Fsabe for you. Aldrei will pick up that kill for himself, so it ends up being a 4-for-1. The only Baron member is going to be Thresh main, and he's just trying to run away with his life.
Yeah, they thought they had that Baron after winning the fight, which is the way it often goes, but Rodov, not done with that just yet. Goes right back in there with, the tankiness that he has using that Galio pick, and just creates havoc. And yeah, just not enough damage remaining on the side of League of Dawgs to not only do the Baron, but also return back and still get that fight. And now we see the base looks like it's going to be cracked here by the side of Vodortron, which is not what we expected coming in to this state of the game with League of Dawgs in the lead here. Is Bladest going to try to go on this? No, he's not going to be able to.
Yeah, and like, it just kind of came down to an extremely important re-engaged team fight after dying and then coming back into the fight. So it was like the death timers were just short enough that they were able to kind of do that. And again, you don't really have super great damage for doing the Baron on the other team. So it's like, without a completely clean ace, it does mean you do take too long to do Baron. But here comes that Dragon Soul, as the dragon is spawning shortly in about 10 seconds here. So this is a big fight, and again, this is a big win condition right now for League of Dawgs, and it looks like they're going to be able to just take it.
Yeah, they're giving it away. Note, here Vodortron now does have the gold lead, but they're heading over to this and just too late. It's going to go down. So that Infernal Soul, no joke. It definitely is going to help League of Dawgs in this situation, and we'll see what that does for the engages from Laird and Fsabe here. And we'll see. Yeah, Gabby with a nice amount of poke there. Now the Death Stance and Black Cleaver completed on Riven has gone for a serrated Dirk, going into some more damage here. Realizing is Laird that he has to sort of take this game on his shoulders a little bit. With Gabby's, only able to do the poke and not as much sustained damage over the course of a team fight. So here comes Fsabe, drawing the ultimate there from the Varus.
Yeah, Varus also gonna use that. Oh, Bow 2-2 gets
okay,
out.
never mind.
Look how much damage has suddenly been put onto the Zoe with this Infernal Drake. It's just like an extra super arcade comment, basically. Another ultimate comes through. MaGeRdAnGeR will go down. They're trying to fight Laird over here, but Laird is real strong. Look at that. Look at the damage. It is just too much to handle. They've found their win condition. They're getting it done. We thought maybe they didn't have a win condition, but they are killing everybody over here. They're looking up to pick up another tower here, jumping on top of Rodolph, who's just trying to stand and be the last one member. He goes down. It's an ace, and you may not like it, but this is peak League of Legends, everybody.
This is peak draft performance right here coming in from League of Dawgs as they get the full ace. None of their team goes down, and you gotta say they are pretty fortunate to get this Infernal Soul, because you definitely saw the Infernal Soul come into play in this situation.
Yeah,
now Abu again gonna take it out again.
Yeah, he's just gonna go down real fast.
And is this gonna be the game? There's pretty low death timers here. Looks like they're gonna.
This is absurd.
They are gonna push forward, and yeah, it's a 5v3. Oh, so much damage! Oh no, it's over,
yeah, you're
Johnny.
dead.
It's over. Get me out of this game.
Infernal Soul was the only way they won this game. It happened, and they're just super happy with Diznbag going for the 1v5. He'll be taken out. It's over. Let's get to game 3, everybody.
Okay, so Tiger Clown, Captain Snarfles, what do you got to say about this?